All right, my contemplation this morning is on the China-US trade war, and it's important we understand what is going on, particularly for importers and even exporters in Nigeria. First of all, it's important to know that we now have intercontinental value chain. You can have, look at this scenario. You can have a lead ore produced in Ishiagu in Ebonyi State. That lead ore is shipped as lead ore or lead concentrate to China and converted to lead ingot in China. That lead ingot is shipped to Germany, and German produce a battery, and that battery is shipped to the US, and US put the battery inside a General Motor car, and that General Motor car can be shipped to Africa. So Africa is involved. From Africa to Asia, from Asia to Europe, from Europe to America. Same value chain. Same value chain. Now, because of this interconnected world, whatever affects one to a very large extent might be affecting others. Which is why you hear the word global supply chain disruption. Because when there's a disruption like what happened during COVID, affecting there's a way things are going from this to this. So when anything happens along the line or along the chain, it has a cascading effect, domino effect on every other person in the chain. And that's why Trump is trumping everything. Trump is trumping everything. So because of intercontinental value chain, we expect to have impact of this on Nigeria. 2 months ago, immediately Trump won the election, he already made a statement. They are going to impose tariff on China, probably up to 60% on China. Probably up to 60% on China. China also is not staying lying low. In fact, China has put different provinces on red alert. And they've come up with different things. Now, one of the goal of that, actually, apart from the fact that is to twist China to do some things that US want them to do, but the goal is, look, we need to bring the job back home. We need manufacturing in China, in America. We need to increase job. We need to reduce cheaper source of goods from China. The reason I'm reducing cheaper source of goods from China is to encourage manufacturing locally, so as to enhance business people producing within America. So the goal actually is to reduce demand for American goods because the cost will go high, and increase a price so that and make people to patronize made in America goods. One. Now, but China is not taking this line low. You know what China is doing? China, in the bid to respond, is funding its manufacturer, giving them, number one, low interest facility. Low interest facility. Low interest facility, number one. Number two, they are giving them export credit insurance, because some people already have transaction already on ground. They have goods they've shipped, or they have transaction signed, they have production they've done. Export credit insurance, so that whatever issue will come out of this that will affect their businesses, the transaction is insured. So the export proceed is insured, so that at the end of the day, any business that is caught within this or is affected, it doesn't cause that business to shut down, but rather protect them, help them have money to continue business. But China now, it went for the GDP, went to the G20 summit last year. It's becoming friendly to everybody. In fact, they had a lot of issue with India. They are becoming more friendlier with India. They had issue with with Europe. Do you know EV from China is becoming a major challenge for EU? EU feel the cost is low. It's affecting EU businesses that are also producing EV, electric vehicles. So you know what they did? They imposed EU imposed China tariff on China, say they are dumping, and China imposed tariff on brandy from EU. So you can see that it's trade war. It's already happening within EU and China already, and even within US and China before. Only that Trump is going to make it be escalated right now. So in the middle of all this, so you can see China is already responding, low interest for the business manufacturers, export credit insurance, and they are doing a lot to boost e-commerce. What AliExpress and Alibaba is doing, they want to boost e-commerce to be able to get their goods to other parts of the world via e-commerce. So they are reaching out to different countries, Asia, India, EU. They want to resolve their differences because their major market, US is the largest importer in the world. US import over $3 trillion and second largest exporter. China is the largest exporter and second largest importer. So they know if you want to do business in the world, if you're not trading with China, you're not in business. You are definitely not in business. So it's a big challenge. Now, the issue we should now look at I'm looking at the implication for Nigeria now. China is looking for other market, obviously. They are reducing cost of doing business for their people. They are helping their people to get into other market, even when the market have high risk. Get into that market, sell there. We will protect you with export credit insurance. So we might begin to see probably more products coming into Nigeria, Africa, and of course, you know the implication on our manufacturers is going to be a major competition on our manufacturers. That means government must respond. I foresee dumping. If you're familiar with what dumping means, selling product in another market at a cheaper rate than your production cost, or even how much you sell in your own country. I foresee dumping because they need to offload these goods. They need to, if US a major buyer is not, the good must go somewhere else and they probably sell at a lower rate. After all, they are now getting support from the government to go ahead and sell, because the government knows for the government to lose good, people must not lose their job. How will people not lose job? The people are able to sell. If the business are able to sell, job is created, people do not lose job, the government look good. So the manufacturing must continue, no matter what. And that's the implication for us. So I foresee dumping also in Nigeria. The fact that they are likely going to sell to us at a cheaper rate. Meaning, we might have issues with manufacturers not being able to sell because of a lot of goods coming in. And because we don't have a very strong trade remedy system, a very strong way to be able to ensure we monitor this and combat it. I know man is trying to do a lot in this regard, but government need to come in and support this, where the minister also come in, to ensure that we don't experience this such that it affects our businesses. So reduced production means that's in Nigeria now, means that reduced production in China. Now, because of this also, I foresee a reduced production in China. What does that mean? Meaning that even exporters are going to be affected. Remember, China is the largest importer of raw material in the world, particularly raw materials that has to do with metals and non-ferrous products. Non-ferrous metals, different kind of metal. China is the largest importer, from lead to zinc to manganese to copper. China is the largest because it's a manufacturing hub, either converting it to secondary product like ingot or to tertiary product. Major importer, meaning as an exporter, I might also be affected, because if the places they are selling those ingots, the demand is reducing, meaning they will not be able to buy as much. So let's hope that what the government is doing to support them is working and they're able to seek other market. But if they're not able to do that on time, even not just the importers, manufacturers in Nigeria will be affected, even the exporters in Nigeria are going to be affected. Because now the places you are selling those raw materials, even agri commodity like sesame seed, the places they are selling those raw material, even commodity like cassia tora, those commodities you are selling, the places you are selling it to, you might begin to have issue with demand going down. Why? Because of low demand for the places they are selling to, the fact that they have to now seek out market, the fact that some of them might even be losing money. Now, we should not wait for this to come on us before we do something about it. We shouldn't wait. Because, Trump has started. He has started signing the executive order. So, this is a great disruption I see in the trade world. International trade generally, global trade generally. And we must respond to it. How do we respond to it? Look at how it affects us. I've highlighted some of the issues. We'll probably have to do more research to be able to identify exactly how it impacts us. Begin to do a lot of monitoring for the item coming into Nigeria from China. Probably put some tariff on it. Or if we sense dumping, also impose countervailing duties to be able to ensure whatever is being done by China for them to survive is not injurious to the economy of Africa, particularly economy of Nigeria. We already have a lot of unemployment in the country. We can't afford to contribute more to it because of the action of Trump in Nigeria, affecting other countries and impacting on us in Africa. This is my contemplation this morning. See you in the next video. Bye for now.